viewers, welcome to the next segment of 3 Questions in 3 Minutes. I'm Kelsey Vaughn, a senior analyst on the fiber team at Comcast. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Marge Jackson, Senior Vice President of National Call Center Sales. Thank you so much, Marge, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we get started, why don't you just give us a description of your role?
Sure. So, as you said, Senior Vice President of National Call Center Sales, and heading National Call Center Sales, it's really overseeing over 3,000 inbound agents and 7 vendors across the company. So, huge opportunity heading the largest sales channel. We actually, the channel actually delivers almost 40% of the company's connects. So we're all about growth. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely. So Marge, you've been with Comcast for 20 years. What made you decide to come to Comcast, and why have you stayed so long?
So when I think about 20 years is a long time. And when I think about what actually brought me to Comcast, it really was all about, I wanted to be at the forefront of technology. So I was doing my research, and it actually narrowed it down to like one of 3 companies that was going to really be the leader in broadband. And that's what drove me to the company. I was just sharing a story where, I was the first sales rep in the state of New Jersey selling one of the first customers of our broadband service. So nothing could make me happier than being with Comcast. So that's what brought me to Comcast. As far as, I think you asked what helps me or what's kept me here.
Absolutely.
It's really all about the people that I've worked with and for. It's a family. And thinking about being here for 20 years, I'm a part of the Comcast family. And I always tell people, you are never going to find a bigger fan of Comcast than a Marge Jackson.
Absolutely, that's great. Well, we're so happy to have you as part of the Comcast family. For our second question, Marge, you're so well known for your brand. How did you establish your brand, and how do you maintain it?
So when I think about brand, it's all about the promise it delivers. So I'll give you 3 key tips on how to develop the brand. First, you want to identify with your unique strengths. There's only one you. What makes you special? And you have to really figure out what that is. Then on the promise, what are the key benefits that you bring to the company? And then the third, communicating. Making sure you are communicating your brand and delivering on that promise every day. So then when I think about maintaining, 3 tips to maintain it. So networking. We all hear about networking, but this takes time. And you need to take time networking and networking outside of your organization. Step out of your comfort zone. The second thing, share it. There's no use having a brand if nobody knows about it. So make sure folks understand who you are and what are your unique strengths. What is the promise? And then third, consistency. You have to be consistent day in and day out in everything you do. Your executive presence, how do you communicate? Even in email, your tone, and even your body language. It's critical.
That's great advice for our viewers. For our third and final question, we live in a time where we're always on. So what are some hobbies that you have that you truly unplug and relax?
Well, the question is Marge ever unplugged?
Yes.
If anybody knows Marge, I have all this energy. So it's very hard for me to unplug. But when I do, the one thing that is probably the most thing that I value is being with family when I'm not with my Comcast family is actually laying out by my pool. So it's all about being with my husband. I have 2 girls and my grandson, who's 5 years old, by the way, and keeps me running. So Marge has to always be on. But I'm running after him. I would say the other thing, dining. I absolutely love to dine. I'm a huge Italian food fan, so you can always bribe me.
Absolutely.
When it comes to dining out and travel. So if I'm going to jet set somewhere, I'm headed off to the Caribbean. So that's it for me. It's all about family, good food, good friends, and travel.
Always on the move.
Always on the move.
Well, Marge, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Join us next time, WICT viewers, for our next segment of 3 Questions in 3 Minutes.